In this example, we're going to look at two methods for subtracting mixed numbers. The first method to consider is called borrowing a whole number. We're going to start off by writing out the question, 5 2/3 minus 3 1/4. And 5 2/3 actually means 5 plus 2/3. So let's write that. And we're subtracting 3 plus 1/4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the whole number parts, the 5 and the 3, and then the fractions. 2/3 is bigger than a quarter, so this makes it quite straightforward. We're going to write it as 5 minus 3 plus, I'll put that in brackets to keep it a bit separate, 2/3 minus 1/4. Well, 5 minus 3 is easy enough, that's 2. And 2/3 minus 1/4, well, we need to get a common denominator there, don't we? So the common denominator would be 12. 2/3 is the same as 8 over 12. 1/4 is the same as 3 over 12. So we have 2 plus 5 over 12, which is of course 2 5/12. There is an alternative way of doing this method, which I'll show in a moment. But let's see how this method could be applied to another question, this time one where the fractions don't work out so nicely. 8 1/5 minus 4 3/4. Well, we'll start out by writing 8 plus 1/5 minus 4 plus 3/4. And ideally we'll do 8 minus 4 and 1/5 minus 3/4. But if you look at it, 1/5 is actually smaller than 3/4. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to borrow, we're going to write 8 and 1/5 as 7 plus 1 1/5, or 6/5. So we're forcing the first fraction to be bigger. Once we've got that, we can write it as 7 minus 4 plus 6 over 5 minus 3 over 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. 6 over 5 minus 3 over 4, we need a common denominator. So we write 6/5 as 24 over 20, and 3/4 we write as 15 over 20. So we're left with 3 plus 9 over 20, which equals 3 9/20. Now we're going to look at a different way of subtracting mixed numbers. This way does involve larger numbers, but there's probably less that can go wrong. So firstly, we'll look at 5 2/3 minus 3 1/4. 17 over 3, and we're subtracting 13 over 4. The common denominator here would be 12, so let's write them both over 12. 17 over 3 is going to become 68 over 12, because 4 times 17 is 68. 13 over 4 is the same as 39 over 12, because we're multiplying 13 by 3. 68 minus 39 is 29 over 12. And let's write our final answer as a mixed number. That's 2 5/12. For 8 1/5, if we subtract 4 3/4, we could write that as 41 on 5 and take away 19 on 4. The common denominator here is 20. So let's write them both over 20. 41 times 4 is 164. And 19 times 5 is 95. 164 minus 95 is 69 over 20. And that is 3 9/20.